Hey guys, welcome back to another video in Go language tutorial series. In this video I want to talk about Go routines and channels. Go routines and channels are probably the most important concept in Go language because that's the I guess highest selling point of Go language, that it can provide concurrency that using these two concepts. So let's jump in and see what Go routines are. As you can see, it says Go routine provide concurrency by executing concurrently. Go routines are just a function with a Go keyword written in front of them, but other than that they are essentially a function. But when we write Go in front of a regular function, it becomes a Go routine, right? And as soon as we do that, we are telling Go runtime that treat this function as a Go routine. And what runtime does is runtime figures out, oh, it's a Go routine, then it runs that particular function in a concurrent fashion. What do we mean by concurrent fashion? We mean that unlike a regular function, we are that particular function is not going to block that particular thread, just like asynchronous asynchronous programming. So we'll see that shortly how it happens. And then the second point is runtime assigns Go routines to the thread. So as soon as we run our program, the main function is where our program starts, and that main function is itself a Go routine. And when we start our program, Go runtimes is going to run multiple threads underneath, and then on each thread it's going to run different Go routines. So by doing that, we have a Go routine running on a operating system level thread, but it's not occupying the entire thread. It's just it's a sort of a small size we can say taking space on that particular thread. That way it's a thread is still free to execute other Go routines. But I think the other caveat is we should not use Go routines on every single thing, because it comes with a cost. Go routines can be expensive if they are not used in a scenarios where they should be used. So the ideal scenario for them is like whenever we have a task that's a big task, and where we have multiple steps like A, B, C, and C requires B and B requires A. In those scenarios, we can have 2 or 3 Go routines, where one Go routine can do something and give its result to Go routine B, and Go routine can give it result to Go routine C. So that is an ideal scenario for Go routines. So let's jump in and see how they look like. Alright, let's jump into the code and see how Go routines work. So here I have a simple program where I have a function sample that prints given a string 5 times, and then I am printing done to suggest that we are done with the with the execution. So if I have to call this function, I'll just simply say sample Go routine 1, and this is going to print this 5 times, and this is going to do done. In order to call this function as a Go routine, we'll do Go in front of it. This tells Go runtime that this is a Go routine, right? Right now, let's see what happens if we do that. Extend a little bit. Okay, so we can see instead of printing it 5 times, it just simply came here and did the done, because since it's a asynchronous process, Go runtime says I've not been asked to wait. I did done. I'm done with the execution, and now I am exiting the program. So in order to wait, let me just put some time here. So I'll do time dot second. Dot second should work. See, we do time.sleep, time dot second. Oh, I was doing a multiply. So let's do that again. Let's run the program again. Alright, so now we can see we are printing GoRoutine. We are printing whatever inside this function 5 times. And in a regular code, in a production code, we don't do time.sleep. There is another concept called wait group that's used normally, but just to sort of mimic that behavior, I've put a time.sleep here. Alright, so this is not very exciting, right? It looks like a regular function that's waiting for that's printing a given string 5 times. Now let's create another function, and I'm just gonna name it sample1, and now let's call it as a GoRoutine again, and I'm gonna say GoRoutine 2, and I'm just gonna say that after every print this function does something else which takes another microsecond, right? And now let's see what happens. And I really want to see how these two GoRoutines fight for the resources. Alright, so we printed GoRoutine 2 5 times, then GoRoutine 1. Let's do it again. Oh, so in the second time we see that we printed GoRoutine 3 times, then we went to print GoRoutine 1 for 5 times, we came to GoRoutine 2, and then we are done. Let's try again. This time it's sort of similar. The point I'm trying to make it that GoRuntime decides which GoRoutine to run based on the resources available, right? If some GoRoutine is taking time, it switches to another GoRoutine, execute that, come back to another GoRoutine, kind of keep doing this back and forth until it is done with both the GoRoutines, and then where it says done, or I am done with execution of everything I had. So that's how basically GoRoutines work in Go language. This is obviously a very basic implementation. There are more complexity around it that I'm going to cover in coming videos. Stay tuned for that. Thanks a lot.